I give you my heart.
Welcome back, I'm Retro Bucky. Today we are going to be reviewing The Adventures of Bayou Billy. But stay tuned to the end of the video to learn about the free giveaways that are coming up. You may get a chance to win the Immortal on the NES, and later on down the road we're giving away a top loader and a couple of free games to go with it. So stay tuned to the end of the video to find out more. Stage 1 is set in Bayou Billy's backyard, and Jesus, if my backyard was like this, I'd move. It's full of ninja gangsters. And of course, alligators. You can punch and kick, but your best move is your jump kick. So you can collect weapons in this game. You can get a gun, an ugly stick, a whip, and a big knife. And the whip and the gun are pretty good, but the knife, you throw it once and it's gone. You have to go fetch it like a dog. But it's good to have some weapons in this game, because otherwise every single fight you run into is very long and tedious, and it's basically a button masher. All the enemies do is run away from you, and you have to be directly in front of them to attack them. And the alligators, man, the alligators are even worse. All they do is swim back and forth, and when they do come out, both of us miss our attack every time. They don't even attempt to line up. You finish the longest fight of your life with two alligators, Chuck Norris style. Take out some big rock chucking dudes. Look, and he's running away. Take out some scuba divers. And finally, we can go on to the next stage. And each level ends pretty anticlimactic. The next stage is a first-person shooter. So in this stage, you can collect some things and power-ups and even more ammo, but the main point in this game is just to shoot everything that moves and watch out for the dynamite. Killing everybody isn't necessary, you just have to survive the level. And there's a main boss here, which is a big flying helicopter they have to blow up. Isn't too hard to beat. You're given a choice at the beginning of the game to pick either Game A or Game B. Game A requires the zapper to use for these parts, but Game B, whenever you have to do the shooting part, you're able to use your controller. So after the shooting stage, you're back to a side-scroller with the same enemies. I mean, still got the ninja gangsters. And of course the alligators are back. And you still have to fight the rock chuckers. I mean, the background's the same too, it's just arranged differently. Except this time, at the end of this level, you have a boss waiting for you, and he isn't playing around. So he charges at you Universal Soldier style and throws you around like a rag doll. You can't even get close to him where he throws you. It took me 5 minutes to beat him. But once he's gone, you go a little further into the level and you see a truck parked. And you can hear Annabelle screaming to you from the back end. Stage 4 and 5 are basically the same thing. They're both driving stages. You'd think they would have split them up to give the game more, diversity, but for some reason they just put both driving stages back to back. The shooting stages, there is 2 shooting stages, but one's near the beginning of the game and one's near the end. They split those up, so I don't know why they didn't split up the driving stages. So our goal is to drive as fast as we can and dodge obstacles. Meanwhile, shooting down cars and blowing up passing planes. And you got to do all this before the timer stops and you self-destruct. The next game is basically the same thing, just with different cars and backgrounds, and there's helicopters instead of planes. And you barely have enough time to make it through the level. Come on, come on, come on, come on, get there, we're almost there. So now it's back to side-scrolling and we finally made it to New Orleans. But why do we have to get off from there and start going through the streets beating up more bad guys? We had a car, why not just drive to where Annabelle's being held? So as I said, we were walking through Bourbon Street, but the ninja gangsters have been replaced with street thugs. I like to call them Shy Jamie and Shy Phillip. I mean, look at them. They don't even walk around. All they do is run away. They run away like two shy little girls. Come here, God.
You're not a woman. Oh, you bastard.
And the rock chuckers have been replaced with jerks swinging balls and chains. Whoa! Did he just change colors? It looks like he's wearing a pink suit. After defeating another Shy Phillip, you run into two new characters, and both of them have whips. And they're not hard to beat, but at least you get a good weapon out of this. And you'll find the whip very useful in this game. The hardest part of this level is actually the tough guys at the end. And these are the same tough guys that can just chuck you around like you're nothing. But after you defeat them, it's back to a first-person shooter. And this, you're fighting a bunch of street gangsters and a couple of guys driving around on dirt bikes. But it's the main gangsters at the end that's the most frustrating. They're completely insane and hard to beat. And one of them hops around like he's on crack. Look at him jumping around like he's a bunny rabbit that's just snorted cocaine. Now we head across Gordon the mob boss's property to face off with him and his goons. Immediately we are greeted by three gangsters with guns. Luckily, we have the bulletproof vest so their bullets just bounce off into outer space. Next we fight three tough guys, and these guys just love throwing you around. Finally we get to the boss of the level, which is Cracked Out Rabbit's brother Marvin the Meth Head, and his drugged up dogs. The dogs never stop coming either. The only way to stop the dogs is by killing Marvin, which is a huge task because he won't stop jumping around. When you finally kill Marvin, you can finish off his last two dogs, then head up towards the plantation house to save Annabelle. For some odd reason, we don't face the goons first, we face Gordon. And Gordon is disappointingly easy. We have the bulletproof vest, so his bullets does nothing. All we have to do is just kick the crap out of him until he dies. But it's his goons. His goons are what's hard. They come out like some kind of RoboCop, robotic, cybernetic kind of creatures from Terminator. And you can't get too close or they'll hold you when the other one punch you. But there's no way not to get too close. Even if you just go to hit them, they automatically grab you. Once you finally kill both of them, you rescue Annabelle. Wait, she could have opened up the door and left the whole time? All in all, The Adventures of Bayou Billy isn't a bad game, and I would suggest anybody to play it. It is enjoyable, and it's a pretty decent beat-em-up game. So guys, without further ado, what the hell is that? Not the slippers! Okay guys, now to go over the free giveaways. I'm giving away the Immortal on the NES. And to register to win that, just subscribe, hit the bell notification, and message me, DM me on Twitter. I'm going to post my Twitter link below, and here it is here. So DM me on Twitter that you registered to win a free game. Secondly, I am giving away a top loader and a couple of free games to go with it, but it's a milestone giveaway. So subscribe and you're automatically within this raffle. And once we reach 1,000 subscribers, I'll randomly pick a winner to give away the free top loader and games. Again, guys, if you want a chance to win the Immortal and a top loader with some free games, subscribe, hit the bell notifications, and DM me on Twitter to register to win. Until next time, stay home, stay safe, and play games.
I gave you my heart.